Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to unpack a pretty wild contradiction happening right now in the Middle East's booming tech sector. We'll uncover why having millions of dollars in startup funding in the Gulf can actually still leave you dangerously exposed to crippling cybersecurity risks. It's a fascinating paradox, and we're going to break down exactly how it's being solved.
Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with the startup dilemma, introduce ExpertOnHire, tackle the compliance factor, check out how the platform actually works, and finally, cover exactly who this is built for.
All right, let's jump right into part one, the Gulf startup dilemma, or as I like to call it, capital without talent.
So picture this. Startups in massive hubs like the DIFC in Dubai, Hub 71 in Abu Dhabi, and Riyadh's rapidly expanding fintech corridor, they are literally swimming in capital. The UAE alone has attracted billions in venture capital, and Saudi Arabia is now the region's absolute largest venture market. But while the funding is definitely there, founders are hitting a massive brick wall. They simply can't hire the vital cybersecurity and tech talent fast enough. The money is flowing, but the talent pool? It's dangerously thin relative to the demand.
And here is where it really hurts. A traditional search for a specialized CTO or a senior cyber lead in Riyadh or Dubai takes up to 9 months. 9 months! But guess who won't wait? Your investors and your compliance auditors. You've got immediate go-live deadlines, and this massive time gap is a critical vulnerability for any newly funded venture. It's like buying a high-performance sports car, but having to wait almost a year for the steering wheel.
That brings us to Section 2, introducing ExpertOnHire, the vetted tech marketplace.
Founders across the Gulf, whether you're in Dubai, Sharjah, Jeddah, Manama, Kuwait City, or Muscat, you all share this exact same frustrating reality. You've secured the bag, right? But you lack a fast, trustworthy way to deploy that funding into high-level technical talent. And that urgent need for a safe, rapid solution is exactly why ExpertOnHire.com was built.
I love the philosophy here because it just hits the nail on the head. You already have the funding, you've proven your idea, now ExpertOnHire gets you the expert team to match that momentum in days, not months. You don't have to lose half a year dealing with slow recruitment agencies.
It's all about a total paradigm shift. We're moving completely away from that agonizingly slow traditional hiring cycle and stepping into an immediate, platform-based talent match. It's a real game changer that directly answers that 6 to 9 month hiring lag.
Now you might be thinking, isn't this just another freelance site? Well, absolutely not. General platforms just match you with anyone who claims to be an expert. But look at these specific features. You've got AI-vetted and weighted experts. This means their actual knowledge and aptitude are assessed and scored by an AI-driven process, not just self-reported. Add in escrow-protected payments to keep your funds completely secure, plus built-in video conferencing to keep everything centralized, and you've got an enterprise-grade solution built specifically for startups.
Let's move on to Section 3, the compliance factor and the regulatory realities in the GCC. Okay, we really need to talk about compliance because the stakes here are astronomically high. In Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, and Bahrain, failing to meet strict mandates can literally cost you your license to operate. We're talking about Saudi Arabia's NCA controls, the Personal Data Protection Law, SAMA's frameworks for financial institutions. National strategies like Saudi Vision 2030 are explicitly pushing startups to incredibly high technical standards. Non-compliance here means brutal fines, failed audits, and if you're in a regulated sector like fintech, complete shutdown, no joke.
To survive these recurring audits, you can't just rely on some unverified generalist developer who is, learning Gulf compliance on the job. You need hyper-local capabilities. You need fast access to fractional chief information security officers. You've got to be able to scale that expertise up and down as audits demand. And crucially, you need secure documented engagements. Because when regulators come knocking and ask how technical decisions were made, you need a crystal clear, unassailable audit trail.
And remember, cybersecurity and compliance work in the Gulf isn't just a one-and-done project. It is recurring by regulatory design. The whole goal here is to build an ongoing, trusted bench of vetted experts that you can just call up every single time a new regulatory milestone drops.
So, how do we actually do this? Let's dive into Section 4, How the Platform Works, a step-by-step guide. The whole thing is streamlined into 6 super actionable steps. First, you just create a profile and outline your specific need, say an NCA compliance readiness review. Second, the AI matches you with experts whose verified skills actually fit your requirement, ranked by their assessed expertise. Third, you interview them right there inside the platform.
Fourth, you hire a solo expert or even build out a full team. Fifth, you agree on escrow payment terms with a totally transparent 10% platform fee. And step 6, which is absolute magic for your auditors. All communication, files, and billing stay locked right inside ExpertOnHire, creating a perfect, single auditable record.
All right, final part, Section 5. Who is this for? Funded startups under pressure.
If you are a funded startup in hubs like Abu Dhabi, Jeddah, or Kuwait City, listen up, because this ecosystem was tailor-made for you. Specifically, if you've closed your seed or Series A funding and suddenly find yourself staring down intense regulatory pressure or rigorous investor due diligence. It's also perfect for teams that need to rapidly scale up AI, cloud, or SaaS engineering, but just can't afford a multi-month hiring freeze. Honestly, if your leadership team refuses to gamble on unverified freelancers and wants a rock-solid, trusted technical bench, this is exactly where you need to be.
It literally brings everything together into one unified platform built for pure speed. You get the AI-vetted experts, the built-in video calls, and the escrow payments, the whole shebang. Whether it's solo hires or full teams, the entire infrastructure is designed specifically for the unrelenting speed a funded startup actually needs to survive and thrive in the Gulf. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one pretty provocative question to chew on. You have done the hard part. You've secured the capital that proves your idea is viable. But will a lack of verified, fast-access technical expertise be the reason all that funding goes to waste? In today's regulatory environment, speed and trust are your absolute ultimate currencies. Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me today to explore this critical tech landscape.